You to an abridged version of Hard Facts. We are live from our audiovisual studios right here in Itimi and Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. I'm Maryann Okon, welcoming you to the show. As usual, of course, we're going to have an abridged version of the show because, of course, the I Beg to Differ Students Debate Tournament is still ongoing. Don't forget, Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday is, of course, the third place match. And, of course, Thursday will be the grand finale. But for the next 50 minutes, I am being joined by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC spokesperson, and we're going to be talking about their continued war against financial crimes. But before we get into that, we're live, facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info. Join the conversation and X, use the hashtag Hard Fact. And of course on WhatsApp, for those of you who are listening to us from the diaspora, it's 08959 75805. This is Hard Facts. All right, let's talk numbers first. In 2024, the EFCC secured a record-breaking 4,111 convictions, the highest in the history of the EFCC. From nearly 13,000 investigations, that's just last year. They recovered assets valued at about 364 billion naira. That's about $214 million, along with houses, cars, and even cryptocurrency. Notably, 50 billion naira was channeled into the Nigerian Education Loan Fund called NEL Fund. But even with these impressive results, serious questions persist, obviously. Out of all the 15,700 petitions of the EFCC, or rather that the EFCC had received last year, only around 5,000 of these cases ended up in court. We've also seen high-stake disputes like the 246 million for feature case involving the former army properties boss, and also the ongoing preservation orders on properties linked to Yahaya Bello. It doesn't stop there. The EFCC is now involved in a controversial manhunt for Atiku Abubakar's son-in-law, Bashir Haske. Now, he's been declared wanted for alleged multi-million-dollar money laundering cases, but he himself, Haske, has insisted that he's not on the run. He claims that the EFCC denied him bail despite his deteriorating health. Interpol has also declined to assist, citing prohibition against politically motivated cases. So this afternoon, we dig deeper into all of these EFCC cases, whether they're truly winning Nigeria's fight against corruption, or is it a fight or a selective battle? My name is Maryann Okon. My guest is the spokesperson for the EFCC. He's my friend. Mr. Dele Oyewale, it's so good to have you join us. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for bringing me back to the program.
Welcome. Because we don't have too much time, I'm just going to go straight to it. And push you with all the questions. You're here to educate us on all the things that you've done so far. But like I said in my opener, we have questions. And I know that this is your job. You're here to answer all our questions. We love it. And that's why everyone's hooked to you. We're live again, Lagos. Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. Let me start by saying, last year, EFCC received over 15,700 petitions. But only around 5,000 of them went to court. That leaves thousands of these cases in limbo. What happens to those cases, and why aren't they front and center for the EFCC, or do they lack merit? What exactly is it?
Well, I thank you for the fact that you are alive to some statistical details about the work of the commission. Yes, last year we received over 15,000 petitions, and we charged 5,000 of such cases to court. It is not true that the remaining 10,000 petitions are in limbo. No. What normally happens with petition is that we normally subject them to a lot of considerations. We have committees that normally sit over these petitions. Number one, to establish the authenticity of issues raised, to establish the fact whether there are such issues, whether they can stand the rigor of prosecution, to establish whether our mandate covers some of the issues that are directed to us. Because you see, in Nigeria today, because of the effectiveness and the proactiveness of the commission, people are sending every single thing to the commission. If a husband and a wife, if they are fighting, they send it to the EFCC. If Maryann, my friend, if she has abused me too much, they send it to the commission. So we need to sort out a lot of things. That is the reason why out of the 15,000 petitions that we received, we charge 5,000 to court because some of these petitions might be at variance, with the reality of our mandate. Some of these petitions, we may need to refer them to other agencies. Maybe those that are related to immigration, we send it to immigration. Those that are related to civil defense, those that we feel the police can handle, we send it to the police. So it does not necessarily mean that if 15,000 petitions are sent to the commission, all of them will be attended to, all of them. No, it depends on the issues that are raised. And it also depends on whether they are relevant or not to the standard operating procedure and the enabling act, the mandate of the commission. So you can be so sure that the 5 cases that are sent to court, they are cases that can stand the rigor of prosecution. They are cases that are directly related to our mandate. They are cases that we believe that other agencies cannot undo and we can undo. That is why we have such a disparity.
Okay, let's move away from that. Let's go to other matters. The EFCC has told us that it has recovered more than 364 billion naira in 2024, plus assets like properties and cryptocurrency. Nigerians are asking, and these are questions that I'm sure that you have had people ask you: how are these assets valued? How are they managed and disposed of? Is there any transparent accounting? If we ask for a breakdown, can we have it?
Now, thank you very much. Concerning all these assets, some of these assets may be monetary assets. Some of them may be physical assets like houses, like, those ones that are financial assets, monetary assets. When we recover, we normally remit them into the consolidated revenue account of the government. This consolidated revenue account is kept with the CBN. When recoveries like that are made, they are sent directly into the covers of the government. We don't recover to reloot. We recover to remit into the requisite government accounts. And it will interest you to know that last year, out of the recovery that was made by the commission, financial recovery, monetary recovery, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because of his farsightedness, his vision, and his commitment to grow the economy, he directed that 100 billion out of the recovery be released to 2 different agencies: the Nigeria Education Loan Trust Fund, NEFON, and the Credit Corporation of Nigeria, the Credit Corp. 50 billion naira was released to NEFON as a seed capital, as a take-off capital. And another 50 billion naira was released to Credit Corp as a seed capital. This money was used as a foundational financial structure and architecture for these agencies. They are on ground now. Students are now getting loans for their school fees, for their academic needs, for their research purposes through the NEFON. The seed capital was derived from some of the recoveries. Credit Corp now, civil servant can get loan, at single-digit rate because of the money that the government directed should be released to them to start for the startup of these agencies.
Okay.
Now, the rest of the money they are with the CBN, and our mandate allows us to recover and to remit into the government account. It is government that determines what is done to the recovery. We don't recover and put it in our pocket.
I don't think that we're accusing you of anything, in case you're the one who's accusing. What we're asking is, when will the EFCC actually make its asset management process fully public? That's what people want to know. Yes,
Okay,
we're not saying, we're not arguing that you don't send it to the
me.
CBN. We just want to know.
I'm preparing the grant. The other assets that are non-monetary assets, when they are and when they are forfeited to the government. Our mandate does not say that when assets are forfeited, you now begin to be determining how the assets are. No. If you follow judicial processes and procedures, it's either you have an interim forfeiture or you have a final forfeiture. Either way, they are forfeited to the government, and government decides what is to be done. For example, let me give you an instance. The 753 unit of duplexes and other apartments that were finally forfeited to the government last year, at the Federal High Court, government directed that the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development should take over and reconfigure and reconstruct and do whatever government has directed it to do. So asset management is not part of our, no. Our own is, when forfeitures are done, they are forfeited to the government, government takes over, government decides what is to be done to them.
Interesting. If you're just joining us, Lagos, we are speaking about financial crimes and the EFCC. We're live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. This is Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. I'm Maryann Okon. In the studio with me live is, of course, the spokesperson for the EFCC, Mr. Oyewale. And, of course, we're looking at matters arising. Let me push you further on what happened recently. Of course, with the case of deported foreign nationals. I think about 100 of them have been deported recently, including 50 Chinese citizens for cybercrime. Does this confirm Nigeria's growing status as a hub for international fraud syndicates? And again, how does the EFCC prevent youth recruitment into these networks? Also, please, let me just add one more. My curiosity is the deal that was made between those Chinese men who were caught with monies, or rather their fraudulent scheme having to do with funding terrorism. How come they got 1 year and then were now allowed to be deported to their countries? If the tables were turned and a Nigerian was caught in China for the same thing, similar circumstance, do you think that the slap on the wrist that you gave to them would be afforded us in China?
Okay, very good. You see, let me tell you this. At no time in the history of Nigeria, at no time in the history of the Economic and Financial Crime Commission have we had this kind of milestone. That they are 192. 102 of them have been deported, having gone through judicial procedures, conviction, and all of that, which is not the mandate of the EFCC. We charged them to court, and like any other party, we went to court. And the court decided the cases. I've always said it, that the EFCC cannot be the accuser and the judge in its own matter. Our mandate allows us to investigate, to prosecute, but we are not allowed to adjudicate. So the court, in its wisdom, decided to allow plea bargain, for all of these people, gave them one year imprisonment right from the day of arrest, and decided and directed that they should be deported to their various countries. So they are back in their various countries. It shows the seriousness, the pungency, and the robustness of the anti-corruption fight in Nigeria. And it is sending a very clear warning to the rest of the world that Nigeria is not a dumping ground. Nigeria is not a safe haven for any form of criminal or any form of fraudulent activity. Now, just imagine what will happen. The rest of the world, they are seeing that Nigeria is deporting people that are alleged to be involved in cyber terrorism. Do you think such a trend will continue? It will not continue, because we are decisive. We are very serious about this fight. And that is why everything that has to be done is being done to ensure that people that we believe are compromising our financial integrity, those that are polluting our financial space. We don't allow them. So it is the court that decided all of these cases. Many more will still be decided because there are 192. We see about 90 of them that are still waiting. And it is the business of the court to decide all these cases. So now that the issue that you are raising, that why is it that no, it is not the EFCC that decided the cases. They were charged to court and they came with their lawyers. We also went to court with our lawyers, and the court decided in its wisdom all of these cases. I think some of the issues that we need to be bothered about is whether an agency like the EFCC that is doing this kind of work that no other agency in this country has ever done, whether we should continue to support this agency or not. I mean, these are facts, and these facts, they are incontrovertible. In just one fell swoop operation, 792 suspected internet fraudsters, they were arrested in one day, in one building, there at Oyewale Street, just very close to your there.
Can I interest you that I was just there by the junction on the day of the raid?
Oh, you are there. Very good. And you saw the kind of sophistication. The operation was done with clinical efficiency, with mathematical exactitude. They were arrested. Imagine, you have not asked me, how did you keep 782 suspects to the extent that none of them escaped, to the extent that you are able to arraign all of them and you are able to charge all of them to court? You have not asked me the effort that went into this operation. I think these are the issues that
it's your job. You're supposed to be able to handle these kinds of situations, of course. But most importantly, we're talking low-hanging fruits here. I like how you are talking about the precision and, how you are able to deal with these issues of cybercrime, etc., etc. Can the same be said about politicians who are looting from the coffers of our government at all levels every other day? Can you have the same precision? I mean, because it looks like when it comes to these cyber crimes and low-hanging fruits, the court processes are swift. But when it comes to the politicians, you sit here and tell me, sometimes it can take 30 years. It can take 10 years. This is what I hear. Can Nigerians trust you with the same precision to deal with the less low-hanging fruits?
Yeah, well, as far as the criminal issues are concerned, and adjudication of cases in court, and the operation of economic and financial crime, there are no low-hanging fruits. Every crime is a crime. Internet fraud, contract fraud, banking fraud, all these politically exposed people, we operate the same template, the same strategy, the same operational procedure. That's the same thing that we do. But what is the difference between the so-called low-hanging fruit and those ones that are not low-hanging? It is the decision of the court, my sister. We charge every matter to court. Whether it is internet fraud, whether it is money laundering, whether it is banking fraud, we charge for example, under the watch of Mr. Oyewale, an executive that a chairman of the EFCC that we all know is very passionate, is very professional, and is very focused about the fight. We know it. This is not PR, we know it. Last year alone, 5 former governors were charged to court. 5 former ministers were charged to court. And if you know what goes into the arraignment of one single politically exposed person, you will know that a lot of work has gone on.
Please hold that thought.
All these cases,
please hold that
they
thought.
are in court.
Yeah.
No, they are in court. And it is the business of the court to determine the resolution of these cases. If there is a delay in the resolution of these cases, it should not be blamed on the EFCC.
We'll take a quick break.
Have we done our work? Have we investigated?
We have to go on a break.
Have we prosecuted? Yes. Have we arraigned them? Yes. Are we going
Mr. Oyewale, we have to go on a quick break. Just give us a breather. We'll be right back. It's still Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
How do we make our cooking come alive? oh. Pepe Terra. I mean, you won't cook food to impress, oh. Pepe Terra. Pepe Terra, Pepe Terra.
Whether it's jollof or na stew, even for porridge or spaghetti, cook to impress with Pepe Terra.
Yeah, Pepe Terra. I am Malario, the king of malaria parasites. My mission is simple: to take over your body, to cause fever, chills, headache. But one thing stays in my way. Come on, come on, come on.
Effective relief from malaria. Comal on. Malaria gone. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult doctor.
That special secret that awakens taste buds. Mouth-watering wonder with awesome aroma. Terra seasoning cubes.
Terra Seasoning Cube turns your meals into a masterpiece.
Unwrap joy, unleash taste. Hey, come cook with Terra cubes. Come cook with Terra.
No buy am.
But why?
No see say this big bull bag of rice no get the new big bull holographic seal.
Not true.
Introducing the Big Bull Holographic Seal Tape, your favorite authentic Big Bull rice, 50 kg and 25 kg. Now with holographic seal tape. This is to ensure you get the premium product from Big Bull Rice. Do not buy if the holographic seal tape is not on the bag or is broken. Big Bull Rice. Tasty rice nourished you.
Good tasty food is worth living for. Worried about your oil every time you enjoy your favorite meal? Introducing Golden Terra Smart Balance Oil. Smart Balance Rice Bran Oil is rich in gamma oryzanol. Several studies suggest that gamma oryzanol may contribute to the reduction of bad cholesterol. Golden Terra Smart Balance Oil. Good food, no worries.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Millions of listeners trust us on Hatfact. Whether it's politics, social issues, controversies, and trending stories, you know we're credible and objective.
It's Hard Facts with Maryann Okon on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
It's the nation's number one talk news and sports radio station. We're broadcasting live from our audio-visual studios right here in Itami Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. We're live and you can watch us from anywhere in the world on www.nigeriainfo.fm. You can just download the Nigeria Info FM app, or better still, watch us live on YouTube and Facebook, Nigeria Info FM. On X, you could be part of the conversation. Use the hashtag HardFacts. And on WhatsApp, it's 0809597585. We're talking the war against financial crimes, and we still have in the studio with us the spokesperson for the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Dele Oyewale. Mr. Oyewale, before we went on that break, you were trying to make a case about low-hanging fruits or not. But let's talk about the fact that the EFCC has frozen or seized billions linked to politicians. Think 1.5 billion tied to the NIRSAL official, and 400 million naira or plus, 14 properties linked to Yaya Bello. Meanwhile, you criminalize cultural practices like naira spraying. How do these two things, I mean, there are people who say you have seized billions tied to these people, you have done this, we're yet to see the outcome, but then you are quick to say we're catching somebody for spraying naira at a wedding. Is this not a misallocation of priorities? This is not me. This is people questioning you. There are some other high-powered events that we see this spraying, and you don't say anything about it. Is your law for the ones that, again, the low-hanging fruit?
No, it is certainly no. You see, all of these cases of money spraying, naira abuse, and all of that, there is no single case that we have not addressed. I am telling you. Every case comes with its own uniqueness and peculiarity. I'll give you an example. The case of the Okoyas, that were involved in alleged Naira abuse. They are found to be juvenile. And you know the position of the courts of our law concerning juvenile. They were found that they are juvenile, and they made statements on caution. They were taken through the same rigor, through the same process, only for us to find out that they were juvenile. So what our law allows us to do was just to find them. And they were fined. Yeah, they were fined. There is no single individual that our radar has flagged for money spraying or Naira abuse that were not questioned, that were not prosecuted, that were not fined. Our law, the Establishment Act of the EFCC, allow for compounding of offenses. I think people need to get to know the provisions of the EFCC Establishment Act. If they know what the provisions are, most of these issues that they are alleging, that they are accusing the commission about, they will not be accusing us. So there is nothing like low-hanging fruit. Every case is unique, and every case is normally tackled according to what the law allows. Now, you are talking about Yaya Bello now. The property that before we started prosecution, before we put him to trial and all of that, we got it back. I think we deserve some applause. We got it back for the state, for the government. The issue of shares that we are talking about, we went to court. And I think there is need for us to know the difference between the role of the EFCC and the role of the judiciary. All of the accuses, all of the attacks that we are getting, from the public is because of a total misunderstanding of what the roles of the EFCC are and the role of the judiciary.
So
you cannot blame
every time we talk about these high-profile cases, you seem to put the courts on the chopping board. The court processes for the court processes for other issues are very swift. But when it comes to these high-profile cases, you tell me that story of the court processes is what's delaying us. It's the court processes.
There is no way we can put the courts or the judiciary on the chopping board. For all you care, to all intents and purposes, do you know that Nigeria has one of the most vibrant and robust judiciary in the whole of Africa? But there are challenges even with the judiciary. How many cases can a single judge? How many cases can he handle with the kind of infrastructure that we have, with the kind of the operating environment? We need to understand that they are trying their best, but we are not. What is not our role, we will not appropriate it to ourselves. The EFCC chairman cannot decide cases for himself. It has to be decided by the court.
So again,
and when cases are before the court, we all know it elementarily in law that it is subject to this. We don't even talk about it.
Lovely.
So
let me push you. And I'm going to ask these questions just for the benefit of the listeners. High-profile cases continue dragging, like the army properties, 246 million. Yaya Bello. Now, articles.
No. The army properties. Just last week, the court granted a final forfeiture of those shares. Yaya Bello property, the court has granted final forfeiture.
Yes, I've seen that. I saw that on your website. The appeal court had a
yes. We already have
for the Yaya Bello
judicial decision on that.
Great. But now we have Atiku Abubakar's son-in-law, who you have declared wanted, who has also come out to say that he isn't feeling well and his health was compromised while he was in your custody. The Interpol, meanwhile, declined to assist, citing avoidance of political cases. What does this say about the interplay of politics, law enforcement, and impartial justice? Because I'm thinking, to the average person who's watching, they'd think that there'd be a synergy between the EFCC and several other, law enforcement agencies.
Now, see,
what exactly is that about?
Let me put the record straight. The Interpol never said that. What the EFCC is doing is a concoction, a fabrication, a manipulation of what never happened. There is no way the Interpol can say that we work together. If you declare a suspect wanted, is it not for the entire international community? When that tissue of lies, when they concocted all of those things, we call Interpol and say, is it true? They say, no such thing came from us.
Has the Interpol put out a statement to that effect?
Interpol cannot put out a statement for what it did not say. You can't ask me.
But to clear the air, especially when things like this are peddled.
Listen to me. You can't ask me to deny what I did not say. It was just a fabrication, a figment of imagination of some idle minds.
Interesting.
And concerning the fellow that you are talking about, look, if the commission does not have a case against anyone, it simply means that there is no case. We are blind to any form of partisan or sectarian consideration. Whether somebody is an in-law or somebody has to be related to somebody. That's not our issue. Our issue is that, do we have a case? Are there facts on ground? Those are the issues. It doesn't matter whose ox is God. What is important is the genuineness, the authenticity of the cases that is on ground. This fellow that you are talking about, by July 24, he was in our custody. He suddenly took ill and he was rushed to the National Hospital, But when he got to the National Hospital, we allowed him independence. We allowed him free medical treatment on the understanding, going by the terms of the administrative bail, that he will come back to continue with the matter. He ran away. He made himself incommunicado. He ran away. We could not find him. So when you have some kind of a matter, what do? You do the normal thing. We got court orders, to empower us to declare him wanted, and we declare him wanted. Now, if he's saying that he should not have been declared wanted, let him come now. We are here. Why has he not made himself available?
Interesting.
If you say that, I am available, you declare me wanted, bring yourself here, make yourself answerable to the people that have declared you wanted. It's a very simple matter. Has he come? Have we seen him? No.
There are cases.
So it is not about, no. It's not about emotion or any form of sentimental consideration. It is about the reality of the matter that we have against him. And these matters, they are there.
Lovely. I want to push you because I want to open up the phone line so that questions can be asked. But I want to go back to the setbacks on legal setbacks and cases. You brought up a case against the former vice presidential candidate of the PDP and former governor of Delta State. Where is the EFCC on that? There are people who are still asking about Betta Edu's case and her predecessor and several other cases which I cannot list. You mentioned ongoing cases, but can you tell Nigerians how many forfeiture cases that the EFCC has actually lost in the last year? And when you lose a case, what accountability exists within the EFCC itself?
Very good. You are such a brilliant journalist. Let me tell you the fact. We have never lost a single forfeiture matter, whether in the interim or on the final basis. Never. Why? Because our prosecution is always very diligent. Facts for us, they are sacred. There is no single interim or final forfeiture issue that we have never lost at any level of court. Yeah, because if we go to court, before the court will even grant the final forfeiture order, they will say, okay, advertise in the national newspaper for anybody who has a cause to say that I am the owner of this property, to show cause why it should not be forfeited to the government. And we do advertise every day. And people will see it, this matter is a subject of litigation, is a subject of prosecution, and the court is inviting the general public. If you feel that you have a genuine reason to say that you are the owner of this property, please come to the court to show cause why it should not be forfeited. Nobody came. Nobody, my sister. So we have never lost any forfeiture matter, either at the interim level or at the final level. And that is why our prosecution rate, our success in prosecution today in Nigeria is the highest. We have about 98% success in the prosecution of our cases. We hardly lose cases because we are always mindful of facts. And this thing that I'm saying, let anybody that has a contrary opinion challenge me. I'm telling you. Because these are issues that are clearly is clear as a crystal issue. Everybody knows that. EFCC, when you have a matter with the EFCC, you better harm yourself very well with facts.
Whatever happened to the money that was found in that Ikoyi apartment years ago? I know you're going to tell me that you were not the spokesperson.
It was forfeited to the government now.
Yeah, but whatever happened to who owned that building and who was docked on that? You just there was a forfeiture, but who owned the money?
It was a fruit of whistleblowing, if you can recall. Now, when the
is the EFCC more interested in just forfeiture as opposed to actually prosecuting people, tracing where these monies emanate from, and making sure that those people are made to face the music? Or yours is just to recover money and put it in nail fund? Is that it?
It's not so. It's not. See, I wish that you take time out of your busy schedule to go to our court, to look at the cost list, to look at all the cases that are in court. We have millions of cases in court. It's not possible for you to get recovery, some kind of a humongous recovery, and you will not drive the fellow to court. But you see, many times our people are not in tune with what is happening even in the judiciary. They don't go to court. They only come to the media space to accuse the EFCC. You have not done this, you have not done that. Let them go and see the record of cases in our court. You can go to any court registry and ask them to open their books and see EFCC cases. And that will put an end to all of this accusation and counter-accusation about our cases.
All right.
We are resolute in this fight.
All right.
Everybody knows. The whole world knows.
All right. If you're watching us live on Facebook and on YouTube, post your questions, your comments. We'd like to hear from you. The good sir is here to answer your questions, hopefully with the little time that we have, on Facebook and on YouTube. On WhatsApp, 0809597585. If you are listening from outside of the country, post your questions, send us a message, even those who are living in Nigeria. But the phone lines are open, 0201-277-0993 for the males. For the females, 0201-465-7190. 60 seconds, go straight to the point with your question. Before I open up the phone lines, Mr. Oyewale, perception remains a problem for the EFCC, whether you believe it or not. Even with over 4,100 convictions in 1 year, many Nigerians believe EFCC mostly targets small-time players, while elite offenders go free. How do you respond to concerns of selective justice and the fact that you do what the piper? You play to the tune of the piper.
Let me call. You see, that kind of perception, I will look at it as a form of a kind of a victimization.
Why would you be victimized?
A kind of deliberate smear campaign. A kind of deliberate blackmail.
Do you not believe that the EFCC has created that vacuum, that created the perception that Nigerians have for you? I mean, I don't understand why you're playing the victim here. Something must have led to Nigerians looking at you as the bad guys. Do you want to say that you didn't play a role in it?
No, there is no basis for such a perception.
Wow.
Do you know why? I've just placed many facts before you. And these facts, they are incontrovertible. Before you can settle for any issue of perception, you have to balance it with what is on ground. Are we charging politically exposed people? Are we charging them to court? Yes. Are they being arraigned? Yes. Are they facing trial? Yes. Is it the job of the EFCC to put them in prison or to determine their fate? No. So what is not our role? We should not be blamed for what is not our role.
Well, I'm saying, let me ask that question clearly again. Do you not think that there has been a miscommunication that has led to people or the average Nigerian looking at you with bombastic side eye?
I think it is just corruption fighting back. You know,
so every Nigerian who criticizes you is corrupt, including me.
Where any
the perception?
criticism that cannot be substantiated, that is not derived from the reality of ground, is deliberate fight against the commission.
All right.
Because I've just told you, yes.
Let's
I've
open
just
up the
told you
phone
that
lines.
these facts, they are incontrovertible, and you know it.
Okay.
You know it.
Let's open up the phone lines, Mr. Oyewale. Let's go. Let's hear what Nigerians have to say. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Turn off your radio, please.
Good afternoon.
You are not a woman. Why are you calling the female line? Please go back to the male line. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Miriam, good afternoon.
Yes.
My name is Robert.
Go ahead.
Miriam, I want to ask your guest. I think most time we have read about the corrupt nature in the NNPC, misplacement of money and the rest. I don't know if those people over there, they have immunity that is covering them. Why is it that the EFCC cannot arrest them and charge them to court? I want to know from your man that is speaking. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Let's take another question and then we'll let you answer both. Hello.
Good afternoon.
You are calling the female line, Oga. Go to the male line. Thank you. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon.
It's Mara. I'm speaking to you from Ekpe.
Go ahead.
2 questions. Quickly. There are ministers, who are not, who do not have immunity, commissioners and so on, who connive with people in power, to steal money. And I'm aware that EFCC knows when money is missing from the system. It's been said, in that way. Why are they not going after people in office rather than waiting for them to leave office?
Have you sent a petition to the EFCC? I'm helping you to say what he will say now.
No, I just asked. Number 2. Some of this money recovered, given to NELFON and other agencies. Is it money meant for projects, specifically tied to projects, rather than reinvesting those money into projects, they give them to NELFON, or are they neutral money, that are not tied to projects, that they channel, to other means? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So, first question and the second question, Mr. Oyewale.
Please, I want you to help me. The first caller, I didn't hear him clearly.
So the first caller is asking, what was he asking about? Oh my goodness, I have forgotten that question. I'm going to try to hope that Robert can send me a message to remind me. But the second person is asking about ministers and people who have no immunity. Why you do not go after them? That he thinks that the EFCC automatically knows when money is missing from the system. Why do you not go after it? And I'm saying that you are waiting for petitions. Could that be the answer?
Well, the thing is that people don't seem to understand that there are rules of engagement. If mere suspicion of financial malfeasance is not enough to bring anybody to trial. Because if by mere suspicion you arrest a suspect, the same suspicion cannot support whatever prosecution rigor you are going to face in court. People we all believe that Nigerians rightly, wrongly believe that everybody that is a politician is corrupt. It might not be so.
Yeah, but what do you do with speculation? Why don't you investigate if you speculate?
If we are investigating, we are not going to be coming to the public domain. We are not going to be dancing to the gallery and say we are doing this, we are doing that. We are very, very discreet about our investigation. If we do this, these same people will talk about media trial. So why we are still at work, we don't talk. And there is no need to talk if you cannot improve upon silence. So what is happening is that for every high-profile investigation that we are doing, you can only hear us talk when we are ready to take them to court. Don't forget that an investigation may last 5 years, 10 years, depending on what you are investigating.
Here we go again.
It is not a press button thing that if you start an investigation today, tomorrow you must conclude it. No.
Okay. My first caller, sorry to butt in. My first caller was asking about the NNPC. He says that there have been several, accusations, including the one that your boss had made at some point, that if we were he were to open up the can of worms in the NNPC, that we will all cry. He's asking, why is the NNPC not being investigated?
All I know is that the commission has been doing a lot of work concerning the investigation of why our refineries are not working. A lot of money have been put into the turnaround maintenance of our refineries. The one in Kaduna, the one in Port Harcourt, the one in Warri. And the commission is doing a lot of work to unravel what has happened. Why is it that in spite of huge injection of money into the maintenance of all these refineries, the commission is finding out why they are not functioning? It is an ongoing investigation. And it is a matter that I'm not going to talk deeply about.
Okay.
But I can assure you that the commission is working vigorously and frantically to find out why all these refineries, with all the money that have been spent on their maintenance, we want to know why they are not functioning. When we are ready with our arraignment, the public will be made to know.
Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is brother from Oshodi.
Go ahead.
Now here in Nigeria, we know all what's going on for Nigeria. Forget about EFCC and whatever. We know what's going on in the refinery. All the money they're putting for that refinery, they're betting the money. They're eating the money. They do not say they know what is going on. All of them know what is going on. So we should call a spade. Put EFCC, everybody, all of them, they're very corrupt. They're eating Nigeria. For the EFCC, please, let's call a spade. Just open up, say the truth. All of them, they're the same. Thank you, God bless Nigeria, please.
All right, so she's accusing you of knowing what's happening in the NNPC and pretending not to know, and she's calling you corrupt just as the NNPCL.
Well, she is entitled to her opinion, but the truth of the matter is that while investigations are ongoing, no matter the provocation, no matter the incitement, no matter what anybody may say, we will not say what we should not say until we are ready to talk. Because anything that we say now might jeopardize the investigation that we are doing. But I can confirm to you that the turnaround maintenance of the 3 refineries over time is being investigated. And whatever will come out of it, the public will be made to know.
All right, I'm going to take a few more calls and then read some of the messages that are coming in. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah. Madam, good afternoon.
Turn off your radio.
It's off. Sorry, man. This is Chris calling from Ikui.
Go ahead.
Good afternoon, our guest. Quick one. I think I'm not trying to teach you your job. Oh. I think you people are too quick in coming out to say, oh, this person did this. So, for example, look at Delta State Governor, the one that just left office, Ifeanyi Okowa. You guys are quick to come out, 1.3 trillion. Oh, it's in the, can you call the granting bill? Now we are not hearing anything again. Do your proper investigation. 770-something houses in Abuja. So you can't go to the building, whatever, who allocate land or who give a permit to build. Go there, do your proper investigation first before you come out to tell us. You give room to court for dismissing most of these cases because you never do your proper investigation. Fire is free now after 6 or how many years? Then you come and tell us you are not the one. Do your proper investigation. So court will not get the room to dismiss most of these politicians' cases. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Oyewale, I have 1 minute before we go on a quick break. So maybe you want to respond to the man who just spoke, saying you're not doing your due diligence on the Okowa case, that sometimes you're in a hurry to come and tell us this person allegedly stole so and so amount of monies, and then your court cases are kicked out because you didn't do due diligence. But also there's a caveat. He's saying that he's not trying to teach you your job.
All these are just random and unsubstantiated allegations. How many cases in court have been thrown out?
Several.
You should make specific reference to only one.
I have come up with those statistics to you before, saying that half the time, and I think that someone had also accused you, one of these NGOs, research NGOs, saying most of those cases are thrown out because you don't do due diligence.
Our cases have never been thrown out. I challenge them to bring out any case that was thrown out for lack of due diligence. It's just a misrepresentation of reality. I am here. I am challenging anyone.
So the EFCC is above board. You're perfect at doing your job. Yet we haven't seen any convictions, or let's say substantial convictions so far.
But you have forgotten every single thing I've told you.
No, I didn't. I'm so sorry. 1 second. Yeah. We'll be right back. Just 1 second.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
Terra Oil helps mom pour her love in the tasty, nourishing meals she cooks for her family. Golden Terra Oil, pour pure love.
Unstoppable you, fueling your vitality the whole day through. Embrace each challenge with renewed might. With Supermalt, your performance takes flight.
With 20 essential vitamins, minerals, and nutrients, one Supermalt multivitamin after breakfast every day keeps you going.
Rich, consistent taste for cooking mouth-watering soups, stews, and jollof. Choose wisely. Choose Gold. Terra Gold Seasoning Cube.
1 cube. Endless possibilities. Terra Gold.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
This is Hot Fact with Maryann Okon.
We've got just 2 minutes before I let my guests go. Quickly, Mr. Oyewale, the way you sound, I might be wrong, but again, perception is everything. You don't seem like you have anything to you're doing anything in your power to try to regain the confidence of Nigerians. But then, of course, you need to have the people on your side if you must be able to win the war against financial crimes. What is the EFCC going to do to make sure that you clear your name?
Let me tell you this. Someone came some few days ago and he said that EFCC is the only agency of government in Nigeria that is doing the impossible for the ungrateful. I think I agree with him. This stubborn perception issue that has no rhyme, that has no reason, that cannot stand the test of reality. Why are we holding on to it? I want to tell you, do you know that what this commission is doing all over the world, all across the world, is being applauded? So what is wrong with us as a nation? That a commission that is trying all within its power, within the available resources and opportunity, that we just find that we just want to, we find it convenient to distrust the good work of the commission.
But do you not think that the reason why the likes of the EFCC is being applauded in other countries is because the people trust and support them? What can you do as a commission? You've not answered my question, and I have just 40 seconds to go. As a commission to carry Nigerians along and get the kind of support that you deserve.
What we are doing is what we will continue to do the right thing, to fight corruption frontally, frenetically, without any, with no prejudice, with no favor, with no fear of favor.
Okay.
That's what we have been doing. We will continue to do it.
All right.
Over time, this perception that has no basis, it will fizzle out.
All right.
Because there is nothing to support it.
All right, we have to go. Our time is fast spent. Dele Oyewale is the spokesperson for the EFCC, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Always a pleasure to have you in the studio. Always a pleasure to have this Jojo. Thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
All right. Lagos, we've got to go. The news is at the top of the hour. Right after that, I beg to differ. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens.